Kendrick Lamar just did something that every rapper, every hip-hop fan, and every music lover needs to pay attention to. He stepped onto one of the biggest stages in the world, the Super Bowl halftime show, and did what very few artists dare to do anymore. He rapped live. No backing track. No pre-recorded vocals to help carry him through the performance. Every single word, every bar, every syllable. He delivered it himself, in real time, in front of millions of people. Now, if you're not a rapper, you might not fully understand just how incredible that is. You might think, well, isn't that what all rappers do? And honestly, that would be a fair assumption. After all, rap is all about lyricism, rhythm, flow, and delivery. So you would expect artists to actually perform their songs live, right? But the reality is that in today's music industry, especially in live performances, many rappers rely heavily on backing tracks. These are pre-recorded vocal tracks that play in the background during a live performance. In most cases, the rapper's actual song is playing underneath their microphone, meaning that even if they stop rapping for a second, their voice is still coming through the speakers. This makes the performance sound fuller, allows them to conserve energy, and makes it easier to keep up with fast or complex lyrics. But Kendrick Lamar didn't use a backing track. He performed every word live. That means he had to control his breath, maintain his flow, stay perfectly on beat, and engage the crowd, all while delivering high-energy verses that require incredible skill and stamina. This wasn't just a rap performance. It was a display of mastery. To put this into perspective, imagine running on a treadmill at a high speed for 20 minutes straight. Now, imagine that while you're running, you also have to deliver a speech without stumbling, without losing your breath, without slowing down, and with perfect clarity. That's what rapping live feels like, especially at an event like the Super Bowl, where the energy is intense, the stage is massive, and the entire world is watching. Most rappers don't do this. Even some of the biggest names in the game rely on their backing tracks to keep them afloat. And in some cases, they're barely rapping at all. They're just hyping the crowd while their song plays in the background. But Kendrick Lamar is different. He takes his craft seriously. He doesn't just make great music, he performs it. And he does it with a level of precision and dedication that very few artists can match. So why is this such a big deal? Why should every rapper take note of what Kendrick just did? Because this is what real hip-hop is supposed to be about. It's about skill. It's about dedication. It's about putting in the work to be great. And unfortunately, in today's industry, that work ethic is becoming rare. Let's break it down even further. When a rapper uses a backing track, it gives them a safety net. If they mess up, their recorded vocals are still playing, so the audience might not even notice. If they get tired, they can take small breaks between lines, and the song will continue as if nothing happened. This is why so many rappers can jump around the stage, shout a few words here and there, and still have their performance sound good, because their actual vocals are playing underneath them. But Kendrick Lamar didn't have that safety net. That means if he messed up, everyone would hear it. If he ran out of breath, there would be no way to hide it. If he lost his place in the song, there would be nothing to cover for him. He put himself in a position where every second of his performance had to be flawless. And he delivered. That level of confidence only comes from years of hard work. Kendrick Lamar didn't just wake up one day and decide to rap live at the Super Bowl without a backing track. He has spent years perfecting his breath control, his stage presence, and his ability to perform under pressure. He has trained for this. He has rehearsed for this. He has pushed himself beyond his limits so that when the moment arrived, he was ready. And let's talk about that for a moment, because breath control is one of the most underrated aspects of rap. A lot of people don't realize how much physical stamina it takes to rap at a high level. It's not just about writing great lyrics. It's about having the endurance to deliver them with the same energy and precision every single time. That's why some of the greatest rappers in history, like Nas, Rakim, and Big Pun, have spoken about how important breath control is in hip-hop. When you rap live without a backing track, you have to know exactly when to breathe. You have to plan your breaths so that they don't interfere with your delivery. You have to time them perfectly so that you don't run out of air in the middle of a bar. If you don't have proper breath control, your performance will fall apart. Kendrick Lamar has mastered this skill. If you watch his performance closely, you'll see that he never sounds out of breath. He never struggles to get his words out. His delivery is smooth, controlled, and effortless, even though what he's doing is incredibly difficult. That's not natural talent, that's training. That's practice. That's the result of years of hard work and dedication to his craft. This is why Kendrick Lamar is considered one of the greatest rappers of all time. It's not just because of his lyrics. It's not just because of his storytelling. It's because he embodies everything that hip-hop is supposed to be about. He respects the art form. He puts in the work. And he never takes shortcuts. But beyond Kendrick's own greatness, this performance should serve as a challenge to every other rapper in the game. It should make them ask themselves, am I really giving my fans the best performance possible? Am I really pushing myself to be great? Am I relying too much on backing tracks instead of mastering my craft? Because here's the truth. Fans are paying attention. They can tell the difference between a real performance and a half-hearted one. They know when an artist is actually rapping live and when they're just coasting on a pre-recorded track. And as Kendrick Lamar just proved, the artists who take their craft seriously will always stand out. This moment was bigger than just a Super Bowl performance. It was a reminder of what hip-hop is supposed to be. It was a statement that real skill still matters. It was Kendrick Lamar showing the world that you don't need gimmicks when you have real talent. And years from now, when people look back at this performance, they'll see it for what it truly was, a defining moment in hip-hop history. A moment where Kendrick Lamar stood on one of the biggest stages in the world and reminded everyone why he's one of the greatest to ever do it. So, to every rapper out there, take notes. Study this performance. Learn from it. And if you want to be great, put in the work. Because at the end of the day, talent alone isn't enough. It's about dedication. It's about discipline. It's about being willing to do what others won't. Kendrick Lamar just set the standard. The question now is, who's going to rise to the challenge?